Whew. So, we have a lot to chat about. I'll give you the hot tip. So, this is our final hurrah to send off this game. This is the final video I'm doing on 2K15. And it's a little bittersweet, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know. I felt I was like getting myself ready for this show. And the fact that, and this is kind of like me putting pressure on myself, is the fact that night one on my Wednesday, Mania 2 night one was a lot better than what I thought it was gonna be. Like, it was some amazing matches, some really good storyline beats, and everything in between. And I was so happy with how it went, but then I thought to myself, I'm like, oh no, now night two better hit the same level, because I don't want it to be a WrestleMania 30, I think it was like 39? I think it was 39. 39 or 38, where it's like night one was amazing, and then night two was subpar. I think it was 38. But I hope that I've done very much the right moves here, the right matches. For those people that are not in the know, the matches tonight, we start with a Carmelo Hayes Open Challenge. We have Jade Cargill versus Blair Davenport, Rey Mysterio versus Ilya Dragunov for the championship, CM Punk versus the Paul Heyman choice of a wrestler. Paul Heyman has to put forward a wrestler, and as we know, the last few weeks, Punk said if he loses this match, he will hand in his resignation and be let go as the general manager and be fired from his ECW contract. Co-main event is the Australian Underground versus the United Kingdom for the Tag Team Championships. And finally, what you're looking at right here is our main event. Royal Rumble winner Jackson Rogers versus Adam Cole for the ECW Championship. So this will be a doozy. And then I can finally get over to 2K26. 2K26 is currently active for me. I pre-order it every year. It's a little bit of a birthday thing with me and my beloved grandmother. So yes, I already have access to the game. Yes, I've already opened it. And yes, I've already seen some of the stuff that it has to offer. What I really just need to do is kind of export all of this stuff into the new game. So yeah, I'm very excited on what this is going to bring. Very, very excited. But yeah, it's time to close the chapter on this game. And hopefully it's going to go off with a bang. So without further ado, let's get stuck in to WrestleMania 2 Night 2. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ECW WrestleMania 2 Night 2! We are coming to you once again at the sold-out MetLife Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we are starting night 2 with what people are now considering as the anchor of this year's ECW roster, him, Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes speaking out on X, stating that he didn't have a WrestleMania match, so he would make himself a WrestleMania match, calling an open challenge to anyone in professional wrestling to come on the biggest stage of them all and face him. So the real question is, who is going to open night 2 with Carmelo Hayes? Who's opening his challenge up to the world? What the this is extremely hard to make out. I can't tell who this is! Wait a second! There's no way that's real! No, it's not! It is!
Weighing in at 240 pounds, the AWA Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher!
The Proto Star! Kyle Fletcher! Answers the call, holding the AEW TNT Championship! There was rumors circulating. PW Insider announced that there was an AEW talent lurking backstage here at WrestleMania, but we didn't think it would be Kyle frickin' Fletcher, the Proto Star, across enemy lines with the championship. This is gonna be real interesting. What a way to kick off Mania Night 2. Carmelo Hayes, Kyle Fletcher. Here we go. Kyle Fletcher immediately clothesline. These two very similar in movesets, and these two have had some of the best matches in recent history. Of course, the multitude of matches Kyle Fletcher has had with Mark Briscoe, and a part of the Don Callis family, Carmelo Hayes, his multitude of matches with people like Trick Williams, Bron Breakker, and even people in ECW today, like Liam Rogers, Jai Phillips, Jackson Rogers. The list can go on and on. These two match on paper is going to be a match of the night contender and then some. There we go, Kyle Fletcher being thrown into the corner after trying to hit a kick. Carmelo gaining some distance. The forearm to Fletcher in the corner. Now mounting and getting some left hands in there. Rolling out to possibly meet Kyle Fletcher on the outside. Can he do it? And he does, throwing the sledgehammer after a good shot. Now the high knee sends Fletcher down. Fletcher is right now here, being independent, I assume. Hasn't signed an ECW contract by any means. Right now, Carmelo Hayes at the top rope, eyeing down Fletcher. And he gets the arm drag from the top. Look, oh, Fletcher now. Clothesline sends Carmelo Hayes down. Of course, we're going to talk about great matches about Kyle Fletcher's career. The conversation should start and end with his amazing 5-star matches with long-term rival, former mentor, Mr. Will Ospreay. And of course, I mentioned Will Ospreay because he has some time in ECW under his belt, a part of the Australian Underground with Liam Rogers, Jai Phillips, and Grayson Waller. So, of course, there is a lot of history being wove into this company just by Kyle Fletcher existing in this moment right now with Carmelo Hayes. And Carmelo Hayes seeming to try to snuff out that history and clip it from the history books as he's taking all of this momentum directly to Fletcher. Now, springboard crossbody, but no one's home. Fletcher now back into his sense of self. Hoisting Carmelo Hayes up and a snake eyes off of the apron. So now Fletcher throwing Carmelo back into the ring. Possibly trying to eye up some momentum here. Now the kicks right there from Fletcher. Carmelo Hayes strategically getting out of the ring, trying to get some breathing room and possibly some more weaponry in the form of the ladder right to the back of Fletcher. Right there as it sits atop of his corpse. But being quickly pushed off. Fletcher is one that's hard to keep down. Kyle Fletcher now top rope as Carmelo Hayes slowly getting to his feet in a drop kick attempt, but sidestepped by Carmelo. Carmelo now taking it to Kyle Fletcher, hoisting him up, power bomb position, and a running power bomb right there onto the pavement floor. And Carmelo once again heading top rope. Frog splash attempt, but no one's home. Kyle Fletcher now needs to capitalize on this as he throws Carmelo Hayes around the outside area. Now just pulling at him, the Proto Star. Some people here have never seen him before. Some people haven't seen his work. Springboard elbow directly to the button of Carmelo Hayes. Now going for a pinfall to try to win here at Mania, but a kick out at 2. Carmelo Hayes getting out of the ring just the same as Fletcher, but Carmelo consistently looking for weapons. He's in ECW through and through as he tries to throw the kendo stick at Fletcher, but no one's home. And now Fletcher throwing him back inside the ring will quickly follow. Trying to taunt at him, but taunting can only get you so far. German suplex. And now the springboard moonsault from the very top. Almost run in there to the dumpster, but he quickly got out of that mess, and we see there the blood dripping down the skull of Kyle Fletcher. Getting some distance now, and he gets the drop kick at the back. But Carmelo Hayes not one to let anything be a coincidence. But look at Fletcher, has Mello up, brain buster! Cover on Carmelo Hayes, but a kick out at 2. And now Fletcher looking to try to double up. But no, Carmelo Hayes able to counter, and he gets the code breaker. Cover by Hayes. But a kick out at 2. Both men just hit their main moves, and yet the match isn't over. Now Carmelo getting reversed into the corner. Some kicks, but now Carmelo in control, but letting Fletcher stay there as he looks for some weaponry. Seems like he's trying to look for something very specific, and yeah, he does. The steel chair to the face of Fletcher. And now lining up, realizing that a pin opportunity right here opened up, but a kick out at 2 from the Proto Star. Now again into the corner, but Fletcher now knowing to stay away from it, trying to hoist Carmelo up, but now Carmelo reverse DDT. Good counter by him. Now just putting Fletcher back into that corner. Fletcher now understands that the corner is where Carmelo Hayes is the most powerful. So now Fletcher on the offense. Now using the corner against him. Snake eyes off the turnbuckle. Now the steel chair being thrown into the face of Carmelo Hayes. That does not tickle, ladies and gentlemen. And now just trying to take it to the hand of Carmelo Hayes. Chip damage in full effect. Now what is Fletcher looking at super kick right there. And now top rope goes Fletcher. Trying to get Carmelo to the top. Drop kick attempt, but Carmelo pushing his legs out of harm's way. And now Carmelo Hayes has gone crimson into the ropes. Drop kick attempt, but Carmelo now falls short. Hayes could be biting his chance, biting his words of wanting a open challenge. Lawn dart into the middle turnbuckle. Not going for the cover. Going back for the sledgehammer that Carmelo used on him, and now straight to the midsection. And again from a proto star. Carmelo Hayes now back to his feet. But that could very much be a regret. Continuing to bust open that wound on Carmelo Hayes' skull. But now again, Carmelo Hayes with the corner. What is he planning to do here? Power slam. And now Hayes, top rope. We're gonna see it. No, crossbody. Trying to psych us out for nothing but net. But now's not the time or place for it. But now look at this, Hurricane Rana trying to get into that arm lock. But now, again, psyching us out for a submission. Now going for a pinfall instead. But a kick out at 2 from Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher bringing on an endurance match of a lifetime. Again, going into the corner. Power slam. And now Hayes, top rope. Are we gonna see it? Oh, we don't! Reverse into a powerbomb! Kyle Fletcher with a chance to get the victory! And he does! Carmelo Hayes was looking for the nothing but net. Kyle Fletcher took it into a powerbomb and secured a victory at WrestleMania. What a bloodbath that was between these two men to open up night 2 of WrestleMania. Very good match indeed from the two of them right here. The patented brain buster from Fletcher that took so many people out, like the previously said Mark Briscoe, Will Ospreay. But it was not enough to take out Carmelo Hayes. And now Carmelo Hayes here was trying his own brand of punishment, but that wasn't enough. And he was a little bit beside himself. So Kyle Fletcher took it up a notch right here, the lawn dart. Taken out of Johnny Gargano's playbook, but that wasn't enough. Carmelo Hayes, of course, getting close as well, but it was not enough there. But right there, the nothing but net into powerbomb reversal. Congratulations to Kyle Fletcher. We hope to see you here after WrestleMania, a part of the ECW roster, as we now move on to women's competition. Now this match is a bit of an interesting one. After what happened at One Night Stand and after what happened last year to the day where this woman had a loss at WrestleMania, lost to Jade Cargill and forced her out of ECW. Now she's back to get revenge. Blair Davenport has arrived. And yes, you did hear that right. 2 out of 3 falls. Blair Davenport made it adamant, saying that if she was going to be forced into a match with Jade Cargill again at WrestleMania for match 2, that she wasn't going to have just a normal match. She wanted to have it straight down the middle, no funny business. 2 out of 3 falls was agreed on by both parties. So the second match between these two women at WrestleMania is now here. No special stipulations. After this, Blair Davenport is still not signed by ECW. Whether ECW decides to sign Jade Cargill after this is completely a question that needs to be answered. I guess this is really a turning point to see if Jade Cargill is worth re-signing after this match. But whether we like it or not, Pennsylvania, a storm is here. Jade Cargill has descended upon the MetLife Stadium, and she is ready to thunder.
And her opponent from Orlando, Florida,
Jade Cargill, of course, previously mentioned, was the person to defeat Blair Davenport last year at WrestleMania 1 and forced Blair Davenport out, getting fired in the process after their blood feud over their friendship and over the women's championship. But of course, Jade Cargill's had quite the year, many good matches, and of course, held for a brief moment the women's Money in the Bank briefcase before losing it to Cora Jade. We all know how that went out the previous night here at WrestleMania 2. But let's see if Jade Cargill can go 2-0 against Blair Davenport. Let's see if this match can hold any light to the one from last year. Blair Davenport, Jade Cargill, match 2. And we're off, and Jade Cargill wasting no time throwing Blair Davenport like she weighs nothing. And mind you, we've seen the size of Jade Cargill. She is muscle upon muscle upon muscle. And yet, look at that size of Blair Davenport right beside her. We made this point out last year when she was signed here, that these two are very similar in strength, in size, in speed, in knowledge, in almost every other category imaginable. So the fact that these two are able to pick each other up and throw each other like it's nothing is a sight to behold. Of course, you have to be thinking what is going through the mind of Blair Davenport in this match as the knee strike directly to the face of Jade Cargill. You have to imagine Jade Cargill and Blair Davenport in this match. Blair Davenport was fired last year because of a match that she had against this woman last year. And ever since then, it's been radio silent. Blair Davenport hasn't done much with her in-ring career, and now she's back to try to get revenge on the woman that sent her down that path. But then at Jade Cargill's point of view, this is a woman that she thought she had banished because of her false friendship, and now she's back to try to get one more sting in before the flower dies. And now the chair directly to the back of Blair Davenport. Going for the cover now. Got a kick out at 1. Of course, standard 2 out of 3 falls match applies. You must get 2 falls by pinfall or submission. And there you see the boos from everyone here in Philadelphia. The second Blair Davenport got some offense, and now Jade Cargill. But look at that. The fans are very much showing who they're rooting for in this matchup. And I give you the hot tip, it's not Blair Davenport. Now the barbed wire baseball bat now in play. But now Jade Cargill double axe handle, and now the barbed wire baseball bat out of the ring. But now Jade's in possession with the chair. Blair Davenport stops her there. Some strikes from Davenport and a throw over centimeters away from the chair. But a kick out at 1. Davenport with the hair, but Jade Cargill's not having any of it. Now Jade Cargill throwing Davenport into the ropes and the big boot there. Going for the cover. At this point, you want to try to get the first pinfall underneath your belt. It brings pressure onto your opponent. And that's what both of these women are doing, going for all of these early pins. Yes, it may not be a smart play when it comes to a normal match, going for so many pins early on. But the fact that it works so well now, that one slip-up could get you so much behind in a match like this. That's what both these women going for. Nice Hurricane Runner there from Blair Davenport. And now look at this. Trying to go right there. Knee strike right on the button. Going for the cover. Could this be the first fall of this match? But a kick out at 2 from Jade Cargill. When I was saying that these two are very similar, as Davenport getting in those kicks, there's only one thing that makes these two different, and it's the fact that Jade Cargill is a former ECW Women's Champion and Davenport isn't. It's the shoulder barge from Cargill that always ate away at Davenport. That's what kicked off their rivalry in the first place. Davenport was not clear to compete against champion at the time, Britt Baker. So Jade Cargill came in at the request of Blair Davenport to fill in for that match, and she won the championship. First night here. And then, feeling the remorse, Blair Davenport, once medically cleared, attacked her, believing that she served her purpose and that title belonged to her. But Davenport unable to pick up the title, and Jade Cargill lost it back to the previously mentioned Britt Baker. And Davenport's been looking for the Women's Championship ever since, but of course, getting fired was a massive roadblock. Davenport now back to her feet. Try to trip Jade up, and a big boot there sends her squirming. And now more weaponry. Light tube right there. And across the back of Blair Davenport with the light tube. Goes for the cover, center of the ring, but a kick out at 2. And now off the ropes. And a spin right there, side of the skull connects. Now reversed into the ropes, drop down. And now the trip over. Finally getting that into play, and the fans are making their feelings heard. I haven't seen more heat on a woman since Nia Jax. But now both women going for shot right now. And Jade getting the knee straight into the midsection. Davenport happy. And now bringing out the table. Setting it up on the outside, possibly for later use. We do not yet know. Now Jade studying Davenport's movements. Davenport just slowly circling the ring, and now trying to psych Jade out, trying to get her back into the ring, trying to get her not. And now she meets the chair directly to the face. And now Jade Cargill doing the 360. Jaded! Cover on Davenport! And she gets the first fall. One more of those from Jade Cargill, and it's all over. Now near the midsection, trying to get her right here, trying to possibly riptide, but a reversal from Davenport. But now roll-up pin from Jade. Roll-up pin from Jade. Could this be it? Could this be Davenport done? And she does it! The roll-up pin after the first fall. And Davenport is once again banished. Jade Cargill playing it super smart, trying to attack where she can, trying to psych out Davenport where she could. And it all worked out in the end. And now it is 2-0 for the Perfect Storm. Davenport almost had it here with the knee strike, but it was not enough to put Jade away. The 2 count. Light tube to the back. You can only imagine how much blood will be in that gear of Blair Davenport's when she gets back behind the curtain. And right here, psyching her out with the chair so she could get Jaded in. Jaded right there, getting the pin for the first fall. But it was right after that, the roll-up pin from Jade Cargill, what Davenport wasn't expecting.
Here is your winner, Jade Cargill.
Congratulations, Jade Cargill. As we now move on to our first title defense of Night 2. Here we are.
Is a last man standing match and is for the ECW Cruiserweight Championship.
One of the most important stories in ECW of this entire year. Former tag team champions turned bitter rivals. And this man is looking to correct a wrong. The Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, is here at Wrestlemania. Of course, the former Cruiserweight champion after former tag team champion partner Rey Mysterio turning to the dark side, blindsiding him and taking the title. Ilya Dragunov got that opportunity back, defeating Dominic Mysterio, earning the shot. So ECW management thought that making this a last man standing match will make it definitive. Ilya is known for knocking people out and asking questions later. And that has been the MO of Rey Mysterio for the last few months, so it was only fitting as he conducts the fans in attendance that all scream his name for the better part of 2 years. Ilya Dragunov is ready to rewrite his story. But the question is he ready to face his former friend? There it is, the music is hit, the Titantron is up. But unfortunately, this isn't the Rey Mysterio we all know. This is this version of Rey Mysterio, very much taking notes out of his son Dominic Mysterio's playbook in presentation, in demeanor, in practically every other category. I was able to talk to Rey Mysterio before the show went on the air, before I came down and sat at the commentary box. And Rey Mysterio said, I'll put it like this: I am the best luchador in the world. I'm the best known luchador in the world. Jushin Thunder Liger, Penta, Dragon Lee, Rey Fenix don't got anything on me. So you can refer to me as the king of luchador. So will this king lose his crown? Or will he continue to rule his throne with an iron fist? Well, here it is. That is what it's all about. That's what caused the wedge between the two. Let's now go down to the ring for the calls.
Introducing the challenger from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov. And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, the ECW Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio.
We are Rey handing off the title. As I said, first title defense of the night. Ilya looking at the championship that he formerly had. And here we go. ECW Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Last man standing match. Ilya Dragunov, Rey Mysterio. This story ends tonight. And the match is officially underway. Rey Mysterio wasting no time. Dropkick attempt right there. And now Ilya taking control, but reversal from Rey. Now Rey and Ilya locking up. Professional wrestling at its finest here. But Rey throwing Ilya into the corner. Now these two will break. Clean break, surprisingly. But Rey immediately trying to push on Ilya once again. And now again another collar over tie-up. Rey Mysterio using that veteran knowledge to his advantage. Ilya isn't much of a wrestler. He is more of a striker. He is more of a heavy hitter. But Rey Mysterio, he is a luchador. He is a wrestler. And that is the advantage he is using right now, along with his decades more experience. Now the arm behind the back of Dragunov, trying to wear down that arm. The more he wears down that arm, the less it is for that H-bomb. But now Ilya is taking it straight to Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio now ends up with a headlock. Remember, this is last man standing. You need to be incapacitated to the count of 10. So all of this wrestling, all of this chain wrestling, as the youths like to call it, this is simply just a way for them to wear each other down for a possible 10 count. Now Ilya finally breaking up the commotion, and now the boot straight to the mask of Rey Mysterio. Ilya now, and again the chain wrestling. These two know what their objectives are, to wear down the other. So when they do this signature moves, when we get that H-bomb, when we get the 619, that it could mean the end right there and then. And now look at this, trying to get a cover in. Straight there, kick to the face. Now Rey just taking control. Ilya now into the corner. Now some weaponry in play here. And straight to the face of Dragunov. Going in the corner and straight there with the clothesline. Dragunov, where he feels the most at home, wherever a weaponry is, wherever there's more ways to hurt someone. Of course, Ilya Dragunov, in order to win the title, he knocked off Finn Balor. Ilya Dragunov winning the Cruiserweight Championship was the reason that Ray used to break up their team, to turn on him in the first place. Came up short there. The reason that Ilya held his title was why, apparently, according to Ray, that he lost the tag team championships with him. So we went after him to take it from him. And now the count. Now Ilya Dragunov shot straight to the back of Rey Mysterio. Rey now back to his feet, but Ilya not having it. Reversal from Rey Mysterio. Now Rey Mysterio in play. Reversal from Ilya. And now Ilya power bomb position, but another reversal from Rey. Sidestep by Ilya, and a big boot will send Rey to the mat. And now Ilya feeling the crowd. But Rey Mysterio feeling the same way. Look around right there, but able to sidestep in time. Ilya now ropes, leapfrog, and now getting the clothesline. Rey Mysterio back in play, and look at that. A little homage to Eddie Guerrero. But a reversal right there, blocking the kick. Straight to the skull. And a Death Valley driver. Going for the cover. In ECW, our last man standing matches, you can either win via last man standing or pinfall or submission. Right here now, Ilya Dragunov powerbomb position, and a right there running powerbomb. Ilya just staring down Rey Mysterio, getting the fans to chant for the Mad Dragon. Could this be it? The count of 6, but Rey is getting back up. Ilya right there to meet him. But a reversal from Rey Mysterio, getting themselves some distance between the two. And now Rey Mysterio throwing Ilya into the ropes. And now pick him up to throw him back down. Rey may be limited in size, but goddamn does he know how to use his size to his advantage. And a kind of nice running clothesline straight there from Ilya Dragunov, going for the cover. But a kick out from Rey Mysterio. A chop there. Ilya sensing the demon speaking to him. Roll up pin. But thrown up and thrown down as well. The ref has indeed started to count, and Ilya just trying to antagonize Rey, saying, I'm not done with you. But we're halfway down to the count. Ilya feeling like he's already won it. Got to the count of 7. It was not enough. Turn around, and now he gets the torpedo strike for the cover instead of the fall. But a kick out at 2. For Ilya, this is more than proving Rey wrong. This is more of regaining the championship he never should have lost, to continue his legacy past Rey Mysterio, to show that experience doesn't matter. The count of 9, but Rey was able to get back to his feet when it mattered the most. Drop kick to the knee. Of course, there you see the fans in attendance. Most of them are booing, but some of them still cheering. Some of them believing that there's still the Rey Mysterio of old locked somewhere underneath all of that darkness. Now, Ilya now back to his feet. And now the chops to the right there to the torso, courtesy of training and the matches from Gunther, the newest signing to ECW per night 1. And Ilya thinking that he may have it here. Ref getting closer, making sure, but the count of 8, it was not enough. And now Ray taking advantage of Ilya, thinking that he won. Now what is Ray thinking? Mexican Destroyer on the chair! Cover by Mysterio to retain the Cruiserweight Championship, but a kick out at 2. Was not enough to put Ilya away as he slowly gets back up, the adrenaline still pumping in the Mad Dragon's veins, but the Bulldog again there, midsection on the chair, and it seems to be his knee is giving out the most pain. Ray just looking at him, thinking that was enough, but now getting a taste of his own medicine, but no, Ray got the better exchange of that. Hoisting him up, and the knee straight into the shoulder. Again, wearing down the arms and shoulders of Ilya Dragunov to less make him want to use the H-bomb. But now, reversing that knee, reversing the shoulder, apparently. And now, power bomb right there. Could that be enough to put Ray away for good, but a kick out at 2. The count will indeed start, though. Just because the pin doesn't mean he's physically able to get back up. Ilya just staring Ray down as the count getting higher and higher. Will we see the win? No, again getting up at the count of 9. Ilya now throwing Ray into the... And he gets another Hurricane! Cover to win the Cruiserweight Championship! And he gets it! Ilya Dragunov silences Rey Mysterio for good and recaptures the Cruiserweight Championship, showing Rey Mysterio that he was wrong about Ilya Dragunov this whole time, that Ilya had what it takes, that Ilya is the future of professional wrestling. Right there, that is where we all started to panic, thinking that the Mexican Destroyer on the chair was enough, but the kick out right there, and the knee again, possibly doing him some harm, and again those strikes to the arms, we all assumed that was correct. There was no H-bombs thrown in this match, just the Hurricanes, using his other shoulder and just his body to his advantage. Right here, hoisting him up for that power bomb right there, and then we all thought that was going to be it. But Ray barely just clinging on for that extra moment. But it was this Hurricane strike, the Hurricane right there, and that silences the Luchador King.
Here is your winner, and new ECW Cruiserweight Champion, Ilya Dragunov.
Congratulations, Ilya Dragunov, on recapturing the title, and now we move on to the match that will determine ECW's future. And here we are as we hear our general manager, Mr. CM Punk. Of course, as I previously mentioned, he's putting his general manager status and ECW contract on the line. If he loses, he is forced out. And yet the fans will still chant his name. And it is clobbering time for the supposed best in the world. As we know, because of CM Punk as general manager, he did the things that he did that caused the SummerSlam screw job. Screwing Jai Phillips out of the ECW championship, aligning himself with the Kings and protecting them, making them no longer have to defend the ECW tag team championships, screwing Jai Phillips and Liam Rogers over and over and over again. And that caught the attention of Paul Heyman, who was hand-selected CM Punk's opponent for tonight. And if CM Punk was to lose, he's out of ECW, and Paul Heyman will have to assign someone else for the general manager. But the real question now is, who did Paul Heyman bring in? What? No! No, it's not! No, it is not! It is! It is! It's John Cena! John Cena is here!
And his opponent, accompanied by the wise man, Paul Heyman, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the greatest of all time, John Cena!
Arguably CM Punk's greatest rival! The Never Seen 17, the greatest of all time! What a phone call Paul Heyman made to get John Cena to be here at WrestleMania! I'm at shock! You can only imagine how CM Punk feels! CM Punk, John Cena, fighting for the future of ECW matches now officially come in. And there you see on your display here, ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk said that no matter who the company brings out, that he would beat them in 5 minutes because he is the best in the world. Whether he sticks true to that, we do not yet know. But now Punk seemingly in control. Of course, CM Punk and John Cena have had a plethora of matches in the past, and look at this dirty tactics from Punk. Of course, their most recent match in Saudi Arabia, going to war while Punk was the one looking for the people and Cena was on the path of dark. Of course, their most infamous match at Money in the Bank over the WWE Championship, of course, in Chicago. But now this is Philadelphia. This is ECW territory. Elbow, Punk just trying to simply beat up Cena. Of course, Cena has done his retirement tour with WWE, but this was one last favor for Paul Heyman. And now look at this power bomb position. CM Punk could very much be in trouble. And snake eyes off the ropes. And now trying to pull him in, figure four, very much in the part of the heart foundation. But Punk now throwing Cena into the ropes, and a vintage Orton right there, going for the cover, center of the ring as the fans boo for Punk. The fans wanting Punk out of power, wanting him out of the company so that they could get their proper standings back, so that they can get justice for the screw job on Jai Phillips, so he can get justice for the Rogers family, so he can get justice for the tag team championships. And now look at this, CM Punk trying to lock in the Anaconda Vice. The Anaconda Vice now, but the knees to the back of CM Punk. Of course, Cena knows his moveset all too well. And Cena just pulling him over the ropes, and you see Paul Heyman there saying that this is a match of the extreme. Turnbuckles should indeed be exposed. Roll-up pin from Cena. But now a roll-up pin from Punk. Again close, but a roll-up pin from Cena. But a stop right there. And now the clothesline from John Cena. One of the best to ever do it. Baffling still that he is inside an ECW ring to fight for ECW. Right there being planted. And now Cena doing what we all love to see here, speaking to the volume of the ECW fans in attendance. Ladder now being brought in, but look at this right there, suicide by CM Punk. Saying, John, you may be answering to the people, but I answer to the board. I know what draws money, and what draws money is me in charge. Trying to possibly go to sleep, but Cena's able to catch him right there. And now hoisting him up, and right there, attitude adjustment, center of the ring. Punk could lose it all here, but a kick out at 2. And now, we all know this, the You Can't See Me 5-knuckle shuffle. Now, what's he looking for? He's looking for the STFU! The STFU! Punk has tapped to this many a times, making Punk tap on his own accords, deciding to let it go. Now what is Cena looking for? Sledgehammer, giving homage to both men's matches with Triple H in the past, but Punk isn't having any of it. And the fans booing Punk out of the building. And as we see there, only 15 seconds left before Punk's claim to be the best in the world is a little bit up in smoke there. Springboard clothesline right there. He'd have to pin him right now to get that momentum right there. One, but it was not enough. Punk's promise to the people that he's the best in the world now in question from failing his little promise to the people. Now both of them messing with each other, trying to get back inside the ring. But Cena having the upper advantage into the ropes, and now being the shoulder charge that sends him out. Proper Super Cena is on full display here tonight at MetLife Stadium. But Punk not letting that all go, and into the exposed turnbuckle. And Punk looking to put this all away for good. Hoisting Cena up. Go to sleep. Cover to secure his contract. But a kick out at 2 from Cena. But now the kendo stick shots from Punk. But now, look at this. Time for Cena to do what he does. The 2 shoulder tackles. And slams him down. But kendo stick in hand. Mixing it up as the kendo stick breaks over Punk. And now, the twisting neck breaker. But Cena still not there yet. Could the sledgehammer attack to the midsection be enough to put him away? Kick out at 2. You gotta remember, the reason Cena stopped wrestling, the reason he went on the retirement tour is that his body couldn't handle it. His body couldn't handle continuously using matches. Exposed turnbuckle now, trying to go for an AA, but CM Punk catches it. CM Punk now, gearing up for his second. Go to sleep! Cover! And he secures his position as GM. And the fans making their feelings known. It was not enough to go to sleep, so on a weakened John Cena through all of that use of weaponry. CM Punk continues to call himself General Manager. Right there, the AA that could have done it, but it just wasn't enough. We try to resort on going a little bit further, the 5-knuckle shuffle. But even that wasn't enough either. In the first GDS, everyone thought that that was the end. Right there, that Punk had a chance of retaining. But it seems like even the moves of doom was not enough to put it all in Cena's lap. Right here, stopping him from getting the attitude adjustment in and hitting that second go to sleep. And that secured that.
Here is your winner,
CM Punk continues to reign over ECW. What does Paul Heyman do now? But now we move on. We have to, whether we like it or not, to our co-main event. The tag team titles on the line. We have the tag team titles finally being defended. Wait a second. We all heard the rumors. The new logo design. Is this actually happening? They've donned the gear.
The following contest is a tag team Extreme Rules match and is for the ECW Tag Team Championship. And at a combined weight of 490 pounds, the chosen one, Jay Phillips, and Liam Rogers, the Union.
The Australian Underground is officially back, breathing, and alive! For these last few weeks, they've only been accompanying each other as singles. And there we see Jai Phillips bandaged up due to his training, due to the attacks from the Kings at One Night Stand. And speaking of the Kings, your tag team champions, the United Kingdom, the men protected by still General Manager CM Punk. But they can't be protected now. Wade King on the left, Ethan King on the right. This has been a long time coming.
483 pounds, the ECW Tag Team Champions, Ethan King and Wade King, the United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom. The team formerly led by Liam Rogers, the team that annihilated Jai Phillips for the better part of 2 years. These stories, all of these story threads, now coming together at last. The tag team titles on the line as these two teams finally get each other. That is what it's all about, the tag team championships. The United Kingdom, the Australian Underground. It's the tag team championships being handed off. And there they are on full display, being defended for one of the first times in months. And here we go. The blood feud finally boils over at Wrestlemania. Match now officially underway. And now immediately the Kings trying to take in control. But look at this, Jai Phillips trying to take it immediately. Wade King outside. Now pointing his attention, uppercut from Ethan King. But immediately Liam Rogers reciprocates. And trying to go for a 360 there, but came up short. But now Jai Phillips again trying to keep Wade King out of harm's way. Ethan King now slamming Liam Rogers down. Of course, Wade and Ethan a little bit more fresh because of what happened at One Night Stand. But Liam Rogers taking it to Wade King, using his tactical prowess to his advantage. Trying to utilize the 2-on-1 as he can. But Jai Phillips meeting the other end of a ladder. The fans in attendance, including the people that we spoke to, believe that this is Jai Phillips' match. This all started because of Jai Phillips being screwed over at SummerSlam by the hands of these two men when they were underneath the masks. And look at this, being spun out, being pulled like a pretzel on the ladder, and the double knees to boot as Liam Rogers throwing Wade face first into those steel steps. And now just the Australian Underground. You can only imagine the other two founding members, Grayson Waller and Will Ospreay, somewhere in the world cheering their two buddies, being proud that they've overcome their differences. They've overcome everything to team once again. DDT from Ethan King. As now Jai Phillips, the chosen one of ECW, trying to fight. Of course, the fans have speculated that whenever Jai Phillips is not wearing his signature vest, it means he is serious. We've seen that in other matches before, as we now see a pin here on Wade King, but a kick out at 1. The theory is there, of course, almost every match, the Night of Champions match, the WrestleMania match with Liam Rogers, and of course, his title defenses have all boiled over. See Ethan King now trying to throw Jai out of harm's way as Wade King working on Liam Rogers. We see there Jai helping out Liam where he can, and the power of the chosen one. And the knee strike there as well, as Liam making the fans happy, bringing out a table. And look at this, look at this! Harbor Bridge onto Wade King! But Ethan King using that momentum. Look at this, Liam Rogers helping him and answering with that clothesline. The teamwork there that was tested via Paul Heyman to try to get them ready. He wants to be rid of the Kings and CM Punk. Unfortunately, Punk was winning his match only moments ago. So the best thing that can happen here is for the Kings to lose the titles. That gets rid of Punk's leverage. And look at this, ripcord lariat again from Liam Rogers on the outside as Jai Phillips. Look at this on the back of Wade King, throwing him into the ropes, and now hoisted up in a stiff right. Now focusing on Ethan King right there as the kendo stick to Wade King on the outside by Rogers. A Superman punch to Wade King. This could very much be the beginning of the end of Wade and Ethan King. The United Kingdom may fall here. Liam Rogers going for the cover on Wade, and he gets it! The Australian Underground just took out and wore out the United Kingdom. Wasn't so much about flashy moves and finishes. It was more about professional wrestling. That's what Liam Rogers and Jai Phillips stand for. That is what's the base of their characters and their beings as a person. The Superman punch threw him back into the ring. Jai Phillips taking out Ethan, and that is all she wrote. And we now live in a timeline where the Australian Underground are tag team champions. What a moment! And here we go, your main event.
This is an Extreme Rules match and is for the ECW Championship.
Your main event of night 2 as the Outlaw, your Royal Rumble winner, Jackson Rogers, getting his match. And you hear the fans cheering for him. If he wins this match, he could be considered one of the youngest world champions in the history of professional wrestling. Let's see if Jackson can get it done. We've seen what he is capable of on a WrestleMania stage. Can he get the job done? That is what everyone is thinking. When asked at the gate as fans were coming in, they were roughly split on this main event, believing that it is Jackson's time to pull the trigger, quite literally, to become the guy. But also with the reign of terror that Adam Cole has been on ever since SummerSlam, he is tough to defeat. And there's the pyro off for the Outlaw. The fans chanting as we now have seen before our eyes this man evolve into a main event star. But let's see if he can get the job done. Against this man, the man who has held the title for almost half the year. It's time for a main event with Adam Cole, baby! Former Money in the Bank holder, cashing it in, being a part of the Jai Phillips screw job, and has been holding the title hostage. People have considered this reign to be ECW's equivalent of the Reign of Terror. Adam Cole acclaiming himself to be the best wrestler in the world. And every single time he's challenged, he has put them down, whether people like him or not. But will he get cold feet on the grandest stage of them all? Will he get the job done? We're about to find out. WrestleMania 2, Night 2, about to go up. Let's see who will finish when it gets back down. And there is the prize that they're both fighting to hold as we go down to the ring for the call.
Introducing the challenger from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the outlaw Jackson Rogers. And his opponent from Pennsylvania, weighing in at 201 pounds, the ECW champion, Adam Cole.
And here we go, the handoff of the ECW Championship. Your main event being stared on in front of you. And it is time to let their fist do the talking. Jackson Rogers, Adam Cole, main event ECW Championship officially underway. And Cole wasting no time, getting in a neck breaker right on his shoulder, trying to attack the weak parts of Jackson Rogers. Of course, across the last 2 years, Jackson has had quite two big injuries that have set him months off of his career. Of course, the neck injury, the shoulder injury, done by the Kings, and then the other one by Liam Rogers, respectively. And right now, Jackson trying to just keep his focus set. Russian leg sweep there on Adam Cole. When you're in Jackson's position, a rookie with his main event status right there, you need to slow the hell down. You need to take in what is happening. Don't be too flashy. Don't be too speedy. Just need to focus on what is in front of you, your opponent. You see Adam Cole there trying to take down Jackson as he has the chair right there, the table connecting to the face of Adam Cole, being thrown on top of him, and an elbow drop to boot. Knee strike there as well. We've seen what Jackson is capable of. His match of the year with Ethan King over the television championship last year. Whether this match will have the same vibe, will have the same oomph to it, we do not know, and we shouldn't try to compare the two. As he hoists Adam Cole up and throws him across the outside area. Just trying to figure out what he has to do to possibly put this man away, in a big stomp right there to the knee, to the nose of Adam Cole, but Adam Cole quickly to reciprocate the stomp, and will quickly throw Jackson back into the ring, where all the action has to happen, whether he likes to or not. And look at this, and a DDT off of the springboard. And now we see the work of Adam Cole, whittling down his opponent just to take them out, but Jackson not having all of it, because that is also his strategy when it comes to his matches, trying to get the headbutt into the... And now look at this, the calf crusher. The calf crusher locked in by Adam Cole, but look at the knee, the elbow straight to the spine of Adam Cole, breaking up the calf crusher before he can actually get it all in. And a look at that Falcon Arrow from the middle rope, cover from Jackson, but a kick out at two. Jackson almost inches away from calling himself champion. This could very much be a very short match if Jackson can play his cards right. Look at the springboard knee strike there, connects. Now hoisting him up off the ropes, and he gets the follow through. And again, the kick to the spine. And an elbow drop, but Adam Cole was able to get back to his feet up on that one. And he gets a nice little kick there, but Adam Cole looking to possibly get a moment here. Looking for it, and he gets the last shot. Last shot to Jackson Rogers to retain the title. But a kick out at 2 from Jackson. And now Adam Cole visibly angry at the fact that Jackson kicked out of the last shot. And now the steel chair in play. Try to get there, but Jackson was able to roll through. And a forearm there. No one connects. Both of these two are very different move sets. And now look at this. Jackson trying his hand. Can he get it? One in the chamber! Could we see it? Jackson getting his moment, but a kick out at 2 from Adam Cole. But now Jackson possibly trying to think of using the chair, but thought against it. Adam Cole able to capitalize over the unsureness of the Rogers. But Jackson now suplex well executed. Now facing the knee, and now Adam Cole bleeding. The chair now Jackson's pretty sure. Jackson snapped into true outlaw, firing from the hip. Now again, just looking for the chair, and to the back of the head, stabbing him in the back just like Adam did when he cashed in on Jai Phillips. Of course, Jackson Rogers, Jai Phillips quite literally have a history. And now into the ropes, drop down by Cole, and a drop kick will send Jackson down to the canvas. Now just trying to hoist himself back up and get some breathing room in the corner, but Adam Cole right there to get some good shots in. Look at this. Up the top, and the leg drop between the rope. And now the ladder being brought in. A move on that. A last shot, a 1 in the chamber on that could wreak catastrophe. Now try to go for a moonsault, but Jackson was able to get out of harm's way. And now Jackson throwing Adam Cole over to the apron. As the blood starting to continue to go down Adam Cole's face, the left of his face, and now the strikes. Adam Cole trying to whittle down Jackson Rogers, but Jackson Rogers able to punch his way out of the hold. Getting some more breathing room, and look at this, the headbutt into suplex combination. Could we see it here? Is the reign of terror over? It is! It is! Jackson does it! Jackson does it! The reign of terror is over! Jackson makes history! And Adam Cole is done! Pulling out all the stops between each other. The last shot right there from Adam Cole. The move that's taken out so many competitors. Jeff Hardy, Kevin Owens, pretty much Jai Phillips as well. But it was not enough for the Outlaw. And right here, we all thought that Jackson had a chance. The 1 in the chamber, right there, and look how close Jackson came to winning, right there. But this is where Jackson knew he had to do what it takes. The chair shots, and right here, the back chair shot. The falling crucifix that now Adam Cole will have to lay on. And Adam Cole, of course, tried to reciprocate that damage, but it was not enough. Adam Cole got too held up, and the duplex there. And now we have a new world champion.
Here is your winner, and new ECW champion, the Outlaw, Jackson Rogers.
Congratulations to Jackson Rogers. And with that, that has been our show, and that has been our season. Thank you so much for tuning into ECW throughout this last year, and we will see you in 2K26. I have been Scott Silver. and I will see you when I see you. Take care.